Yo, what's up, y'all? It's Jack, and today I want to talk about one of the most powerful things you can do, and something uh, that will gain you a lot of knowledge and make you be able to look at the world differently. You need to become more observant. By observant, I mean when someone's talking, when you're in a social setting, whether you're at school, college, wherever it is, maybe just to hang out with friends. When someone's talking, look at who they're looking at. Look at who's looking at them. Look at who's smiling. Look at who's looking away. Like look at these different social cues. Try to start reading people. Like when you're talking to them, they're talking to you. Start to just like look at their different facial expressions and try to figure out their reaction to different things that people are saying or different things that you're saying. This is so powerful because there's so much things to become more observant about that you can learn from. Um, I don't remember the name of this guy. I really do have to shout him out because I've said some of his things in some videos. But it's like this, I guess, meditative, not Buddha type guy. I mean, I can't even really describe him. But he's got like this big beard, and he looks like looks like a monk almost. And he was talking about it, and he was like, he never knew how to drive a car before, and he like went into a car and drove it perfectly and helped people out of a bad situation. He was in a situation where everyone else in the car didn't know how to drive, and like the two people that did were injured or something like that, and they couldn't drive. And he was like, "Oh, I know how to drive." And even though he had never driven a car before, he drove perfectly, and he drove really great because he was observing like all his life when he was being driven around, when others were driving, just when he was driving with him, he was observing them driving. Sorry, he was observing them driving and looking and being like, "Oh, okay, that's how you do this, that. You turn like that there. You speed up there and there." Like he was observing that, and he drove really, really well. Uh, Another thing that you'll notice when you become more observant is you'll start to notice different themes in the friend group. So there'll be one person that everyone's always smiling when they're talking. Everyone's always looking at them when they're talking. Observe how they talk. Observe how they articulate their words. Observe what they say. Observe the beliefs that they say that make others laugh. Observe maybe it's because they're more physically attractive than others in the group. Like, is there a bias towards them? Is that why everybody smiles when they talk? Or observe, is it the way they talk? Do they have a deeper voice? Do they articulate their words better? Do they have less stuttering? Like, what is it that makes them so likable? And when you start to observe this, you can add different things into your life that makes you more likable. I'm not saying change your beliefs to become more likable. Like, don't change your political beliefs or stuff like that. Like, still have your own perspective. But I'm saying you can add different ways to make yourself more likable, which people say, oh, this is not something to strive for because you shouldn't worry about what others think. But humans, as in general, are like tribal people. So when we change ourselves for, or like when we change ourselves for others, it's not a bad thing because it's something that we always did. We want to be accepted by a tribe, and it's just something that people don't talk about. Like it's in our evolutionary psychology. So be more observant of things around you. One of the things that I dislike is everyone walks around with headphones now. And I don't believe walking around with headphones is safe at all. It leaves you very vulnerable to anything because you can't hear. You have like music playing in your ears and you become less observant of your surroundings. You can't hear what others are saying about you. You can't hear if someone's running up behind you. You can't hear all these things. And especially it's just like, I mean, it's just dangerous. Like, why are you like the world is more positive than people think, but there's still bad people in the world that, and it's growing too. There's more bad people in the world now because of different like money things and different things like that. And there's like more like struggles. So people are doing more crimes and like robbing type things to get their money because the world is kind of in a crisis right now. And So you have to be observant of your surroundings. You have to know when someone's coming behind you. You have to like know all these different things. You have to be able to hear. You have to be able to look around. And this, like, if your head is in your phone, you have headphones in, you literally have no senses that can save you. You're not gonna smell a guy coming towards you. It's just you have no senses that are gonna save you, and anyone can just do anything to you, and you wouldn't realize. If you're no headphones walking around and you don't have your head in your phone, you're observant to your surroundings, you can hear someone behind you, maybe just in time to save your life. Like, there is evil people out in this world, and you have to be careful with that. Another thing is, as I said, you get to know people, like know people more. Like when you observe more, observe more and listen more, you're able to hear what their perspective is, learn more about them. You can like learn so much about a person if you tried. Like if you tried to just remember everything, you will know more than anybody else does. Because anybody else is thinking of the next thing they're going to say, while you're just fully present listening to what they're saying. This can get you to be more likable because you'll remember more things. They'll notice that you're giving them full presence when you're talking to them. Because full presence is great eye contact. Like you're looking at them, you're hearing what they're saying. If there's something to respond to, they ask a question, you respond to right away because you've just been listening. And I don't know, it's just being observant has brought me so much good things in my life. It's improved my skills, it's improved this, it's improved that. Like for basketball, for instance, I observe how others play, I add that into my game, and I get better. Because if I observe how the best out of 20, like the best person out of 20 people playing is, like how they play, and I play like that, I'm going to become better. If I visualize myself playing like that, I'm going to become better. And I mean, there's so much other ways that being observant helps. Like if you're observant of, as I said, an interaction, you literally can know everything about that interaction. You can know a person, like you get to the point where it's like a skill you develop, and you're able to read people like when you first meet them, and you're able to realize that this is a good person or a bad person. Like there's different indicators, and I mean it's beautiful when you're able to read people and you're able to realize what they're saying and what they're not saying and what they're lying about and what they're trying to portray themselves as, and this can help you so much. Observing is learning. Like if you like you think the only way learning is like studying and reading, those are great ways to learn. But observing, going around in your daily life and just observing what's around you is probably the best way to learn because there's always something to learn from what's going on around you, from what you can observe. So you can even observe like problems with people and slowly try to help them with it without like pointing it out to them, but like or maybe you can point them out to them. It depends on the person. Yeah, that's the video. Be more observant. Go out there, get your headphones out of your ears, get your head out of your phone, and look around you, listen around you. It will really help.